Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be going over this super fun Tearlament branded Despia, Bystial, Ishuzu deck profile. It's all those combined into one. It is 42 cards and I'm just going to get right on into it. I don't own certain cards, so I'm playing certain ratios, but I'll explain that as we get further into the deck profile and some of the cool stuff you can do with this deck. I think it's pretty cool. One Rhino Heart. I used to only own one. I own two now. But I still think playing just one is okay because we do play King of the Swamp. So the standard tier names is 3 of each, of course, with just the one Rhino. I don't have to really go over those. Those are, you know, standard, so don't really need to go over that. It's a tier deck. And since I did get a few cards since you guys saw my Tearlament budget video that I took to locals, the budget Tearlaments, which somebody commented will eventually just be the standard tier deck. It looks like an OCG kind of deck with everything like nuked and stuff like that. Obviously still better because we have all of the names and stuff like that, but we have 2 field spell, one of the planet and one terraforming. So we did pull this in a Power of the Elements box opening that I posted on my channel yesterday, so if you guys want to see that, go check it out. But we did pull 1 field spell, so we actually pulled 2 field spell, which is nice. Like I said, 42 cards, and then yeah, 1 instant fusion, of course, just the tier cards going crazy. And for the tier spells, we play 1 of each. I changed this up from my budget tier video because drawing multiples is like bricky. Like if you draw a 2 Scream and like a trap card, like there's not much you can do. It's cool if you draw like branded opening and a Scream or something like that to search a trap. Like those kind of synergies are cool in my opinion, but just the 2 I think is fine. And then Heartbeat, just in case we mill a trap and then we can mill a Heartbeat. Also, I just like the utility of having like main deck back row removal that's searchable. I think that's pretty cool. If you're playing against like a super floodgate deck, which I did play against at locals. I actually lost to it, but there's stuff you could do. Like I drew this, I activated it, and then you can, like, if you have a shuffler, you summon kit, you can like go kit 1, shuffler 2, put this back, and then search it again, which is cool. Unless they have skill drain, of course, then you're kind of cucked, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just I like having the, you know, the versatility of having this. And then also you guys know about the play where you can like Kaleido, pop, if you mill both your traps or something, Kaleido, field spell, pop, send Heartbeat, search for the trap. So I think it's good utility, good utility, yeah, same thing. Anyway, 1 Solic, 1 Crime. It was 2 Solic, but it's just too bricky. I think you only need 1. You can get them back with Heartbeat, also just good mills. So yeah, so 1 of each, and then we go on to the branded package here. So we just play 1 opening. Still don't know exactly how I feel about it, but I think it's okay. It's okay. It allows you to play in like draw phase, so I think it's pretty decent. It could also trigger tier fusions, but if you don't have like a grave full of tier fusions, then it can be kind of difficult. But there's some cool things that you can do. So 1 Albaz, I was playing 2, but you definitely only need 1. Same with the Lubra, I was playing 2, but you definitely only need 1. And then another Tragedies, because all you need is 1. So like if you draw this and this, obviously it's kind of tough because this is all the Despias I'm playing, so make sure this is focused. So this is all the Despias I'm playing, so if you do send this, then you can't like get a search off of it. I was playing Adlib, but it makes no sense to play Adlib if you don't play branded and red, because then it just sits in your hand dead. It can come up later in, like on your next turn if you still have it in hand. Honestly, I don't know, it can come up because it could be like a discard for crime or something, so I guess having the extra search could be nice. But if you like branded fusion for this and then you send that in Fallen of Albaz, you can also send tier names. I've been doing that a lot, send a tier name and then fusion with the tier name. But if you do send this, then you can grab the Aluber and then you can normal summon the Aluber and then search for the branded fusion. There was times where I open like multiple branded fusions. Speaking of branded fusion, that's 3. So there have been times where I like open branded fusion with like another way to get to branded fusion, and then those times it was like I wish I played like branded lost or something maybe to grab, but it is what it is. We play the 1 opening, so we can grab that if we already have branded fusion, but then it's just like opening's kind of just dead because I don't have another target for it. So I'm still working on the ratios, but I do like branded fusion in this deck because it's just nasty. So basically these are just more copies of branded fusion. because if you like poly with this or something, you're gonna, you can search for branded fusion, whatever. So yeah, so that's just the branded package. Literally 6 cards, 3 branded fusion, or no, 7 cards, not 6 cards. And then moving on to the Ishuzu package. Oh yeah, there's also, I was gonna mention this too, you don't even need to draw branded fusion to make like Lubellion. You can literally, if you have King of the Swamp, engraved, or if you mill your Albaz, you can use like a tier name and put back that and the Albaz to make the Lubellion, and then you can put back Lubellion, and if you like have King of the Swamp or something like that, you can use it to make a branded fusion, like a Mirror Jade or something. So 3 Kelzo obviously is the best one. I would play more Mudoras, but I only owned the 1 Mudora. Same with Kelbeck. I only own 2 Kelbeck, so we play the 2 Kelbeck and 1 Agito. No Orange Light because you're not playing enough fairies, or I'm not playing enough fairies to justify playing the Orange Light, because you have to draw them in tandem, obviously. But I still think that these cards are broken, and we do play Super Poly, so discarding these off of Super Polys is crazy, especially if you're not playing against tier, obviously. But yeah, I really like the Shufflers. Are just so broken. They're like the most broken cards in the game right now is the Shufflers, so you gotta play more. Like I said, I would play more Shufflers. I just don't have any. And then the Bystial package, we play 7 Bystials, 3 Mag, 2 Druis, 1 Sornier. I feel like that's pretty standard. Some people go to like 6 Bystials, but I think 7 is pretty good. Pretty good. It's good against tier, and it is good against branded as well. I did play against branded, and the locals actually 2-0'd them, but. And then we play the King of the Swamp package with 1 poly, because we do play Chimera in the extra deck, so that is a play. I actually, during the locals that I played in this past literally yesterday, he had Bystialed me twice, and I got to Chimera on my first turn, popping both his Bystials and drawing 1, so that was pretty nice. And that's just how, but I did get super polyed for 3 after that, so that was kind of tough. But King of the Swamp and poly, like I said, you can like send a tier, or if you like mill a tier and King of the Swamp, you can actually go ahead and make Lubellion, and then Lubellion put back, discard, and then make Mirror Jade. So that's some cool stuff you can do with King of the Swamp. Also, we play the Dark World Fusion, which is just a really good card. Gives this deck like an Omni Negate not an Omni Negate, but like it stops evenly matched. So that's good, because this decks be losing to evenly matched, so if you set up Crime and that, then you're in a decent spot. So I think pretty sure this is 42 cards, with the last 3 cards being my board breakers / going second cards, besides the Havness and the Kelbecks. Super Poly is just super high impact, can't respawn. It's one of those broken cards, your opponent can't respawn to. It's just pretty nuts. So yeah, 3 Super Poly. I was playing only 2, but it was performing so good that you want to play 3, and then like Super Poly, discard, or Shuffler is nasty. So moving on to the extra deck here, we'll just start with the branded package really quick since I already brought it out. It's 3 of these, or 1 Mirror Jade, 1 Lubellion, and 1 of this. This is in case like you make, it's kind of redundant. Like if you send this during the end phase searching branded fusion, like you'll usually have Tragedy engraved and branded fusion to go into branded fusion again. But I mean, I guess it just helps for like making your deck more like deck thinning, and like making sure your mills are better. But also if you like Lubellion and put back some other stuff to make Mirror Jade or something like that, or to make like, because if your Kit Kalos gets banished, you can actually like put back Kit Kalos and another tier Aqua, and then make Rue Kalos if your tier gets banished, if they like Bystial your kit or something, which is something that I like. So if your kit gets banished, it's not the end of the world, because you can put back with this card. But if you do that, then if you still want to make Mirror Jade, you're going to need something to send, so that's why this is in there. But I really don't find this graveyard effect coming up like how it does in Pure Branded. Pure Branded, like this card's broken. But this deck, it's like, okay, if you play Branded in red, which I don't play because I just want to minimize the amount of bricks I have. So if I don't play Branded in red, I don't think it's really worth, I don't know. It's not as good if you don't play red. So maybe consider red. 1 kit, 1 Rukalos, 1 Kaleido Heart, 1 Predaplant, Dragostapelia, 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp, 1 Garura, 1 of the Dark World Fusions because we play the King of the Swamp. Yeah, I like King of the Swamp. It's pretty nice. I was considering playing 3 just because it is really nice to mill. Like you can make an early Rukalos, like there's a lot of good stuff about it. And then 1 Guardian Chimera because we do play the Poly. So like I said, you can even make this turn 0 if your opponent like builds a board turn 0. So that's or your turn 1, their turn 0, and then 1 Masquerade because we do play the Despias and this is my time card. 1 Redoer, 1 Zeus, and 1 of the Babushka for Flunder. These I make sometimes, like if I use Branded Fusion, obviously I can't make these, but ending on Redoer sometimes is really good. Like sometimes I'll just hold like Branded Fusion for follow-up, and that's really strong. So yeah, that's the extra deck right there. Could use some work as well. I'm not saying that that's perfect. Same with the side deck, could also use some work. So we got 3 Gamma. You guys know how I feel about Gamma right now. Next format, maybe not so much, but good against Flunder, good against Sprite, good against a lot of stuff. And then I really have a hard matchup against Flunder with this deck. So we play the 1 Banshee, 1 Metaverse, and double Zombie World here. I think that's good. Flu is just, yeah, you know how I feel about Flu. And then 1 Impermanence, just because I own 1, I'd probably play more. 3 Dark Ruler No More for Flu, for Sprite. Yeah, Flu and Sprite pretty much covers those matchups, which is, you know, those are good decks in the format, so you want to be prepared for those. And then 1 Talents, because I own Talents, sided in the mirror. Also, like against Branded, anything that's using monster effects during my main phase. If they're playing Bystials, I'm siding that in. And then lastly, just 2 Cosmic Cyclone. We want to be able to out like Necro Valley and Floodgates. So this being just a chainable thing that we can, you know, throw down against like Anti-Spell or Rivalry or something like that. So yeah, quick play spell. I think this deck is super fun. If you guys have, you know, the majority of these cards, you can tweak it and make it however you want, but I think this deck is really fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to continue to tweak this deck. If you guys have any other suggestions, definitely let me know down there in the comment section below. This deck will definitely change with the new format coming, probably playing different cards and stuff like that, but I think this deck is really fun. Let me know what you guys think of it down there in the comment section below. I'm out. Peace.